We are carrying on with reviewing all the various jerseys from the other nations that competed in Milano Canadiens. We've got our last one from Group A to do today, and that is Team Switzerland. Let's see if they gave us some interesting designs. I'm going to get them up on my phone, because always, guys, I cross-reference between talking to you guys about it on the camera, and then obviously look at them on my phone. Okay, so Switzerland, I'm gonna say these actually aren't that bad. I think that I mean, it's quite simple what you've done with, but then again, I'm not really sure what Switzerland could do, because we have, I mean, Switzerland's emblem is quite an iconic emblem. It's kind of like that, like the sheet. So obviously we all know Switzerland's flag is simple. The red is the white cross and the red square. We all know that. It's one of the very unique flags where it's more of a square flag than a rectangle flag. So I always think it's quite funny when people try to turn Switzerland's flag into a rectangle, because it's not how it works. It's not how it works. Switzerland's flag is a square. I always find it hilarious when people then try to turn them into a rectangle one. It's like, no, you've just now basically stretched it. You know, you've just stretched it here. So yeah, I think, but yeah, so I do love Switzerland's crest, but it's like they've got like that shield, and you've got the red shield and then the white cross bang in the centre. That's brilliant. So, as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. And I think that is what we have seen with Switzerland. So, I do actually quite like these jerseys. I think they are very good. I do quite like them. The red just stands out. So, really. It just does. Okay, they look absolutely that gorgeous. Right, here we go. Right, I found a clear image now of Switzerland's jerseys there. Just brilliant. So with Switzerland, I think should I? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I think we found our second nation to give us a perfect jersey set. So far it's only been Swami. I think we're gonna say Switzerland. So, and what's good with Switzerland is they've done what a lot of countries have failed to do. That is replicate their design on both sets and did it perfectly. Yes, Sweden, you did yours, but yours is in different colours, because the set up on both Sweden's jerseys and also is the same, but instead it's a yellow with the blue crown instead on the yellow one, and then obviously on the blue one it's the blue with the white yellow crown. Italy also has a similar template, because of how it was looked on the blue jersey, it didn't quite work well. So Switzerland have just used this brilliantly. They've used their template brilliantly here. I mean, to replicate that. And again, the chest stripe! I do love a good chest stripe. Chest stripe is something very, very rare in hockey jerseys. We've only ever really seen the Montreal Canadiens use a chest stripe. It works absolutely brilliantly. It also connects to the sleeves, the way the sleeves look as well. So there's a sleeve design here on Switzerland's jersey. And what's brilliant is, you know, sometimes I do have a problem with sleeve patterns because I think some of them are a bit too messy. I think with another team's jerseys, I talked about how their pattern was messy. I think it might have been checkier. Go and check that back for me, guys. This is sort of okay because this is sort of fine. But if it was Switzerland, their sleeve pattern is a lot more cleaner. It's only one colour. It's only one colour. I think if you're going to do a sleeve design pattern, so if you're going to have like stripes like this on your sleeve, as like a sleeve pattern, only have either one or 2 colours at least and go with that. Switzerland went for 1 colour. They've gone for the white on the red jersey. Worked absolutely brilliant. And with the white jerseys, all they've done is just flip them around. So it's almost like a reverse retro. So the colours on the red jersey flip. So your white ends up being your base template. The red is the sleeve. And it just works absolutely brilliant. And with Switzerland's crest, as I said, being that shield, it just works brilliant. Because with a chest stripe, you always do worry, will the logo then not kind of stand out a bit more? Well, here in Switzerland, we do not have that problem. It's just looks absolutely gorgeous. I'd say I would probably. This is probably what Canada was aiming for. Because obviously, if I get you my Canada jersey, give me 2 seconds. Right. So if I show you my Canada jersey, make sure I've got the right. Make sure it's here. He says covering the ball. There we go. What is that? Right. Just getting it for you guys. Right, here we go. So yeah, so I think what Switzerland did is kind of what Canada were sort of aiming for. It probably looks better. The Four-Laces was probably a better example, but I'm not going to try and get that out. It's in the wardrobe somewhere. So this is kind of what. So yeah, so this is Canada's, and obviously Canada. I'll show you the sleeve. Probably should have worn Canada's on stage, shouldn't I? But I've done 2 other ones already. I don't ready, so and ready. I'm actually almost done for the night, so for it's no point. Let me try and find your sleeve. Right. So you see how they've got here, they've got like these sort of stripes there. And if we look at the other side. Oh god, this is absolutely ridiculous. I did not think this through. Never do. You never do think this through, do you? Right, tell you what, maybe I'll just put it on. I'll just put it on. It worked easy. What safe and fact about. Right. I've got to go back on the wardrobe anyway, so it's fine. Let's get back, let's get this on. Right. Nope. Right, we'll go again. Right, so yeah, so here was of course what this is Canada's, and this is obviously what Canada did. I think it's here. Right, now, here's the problem. Because Canada's put a lot of things on their sleeves which I have not noticed before. So that's why I was finding it hard to find an example of stripe. So, it's probably right at the bottom of this one here. So they've got the red, white, red. That I think is what Canada was trying to go for. But I've not realised how much is on Canada's jersey here. Because obviously, I haven't had my opportunity to wear this one. Yeah, so you've got the number here. Then the sleeve pattern's down the bottom here. That does not work. Oh, no, it's not before. Yeah, but yeah, so with this sleeve pattern here, the white, the red, white, white, I fit to the red, white, red, white, red. I think that's what Cal was trying to do, but it didn't work as effective compared to what Switzerland have done. Switzerland's looks that just more effective because Switzerland went with one colour. Here's your rule for jersey stripes. One colour, just one colour. And it works brilliantly. And I just love Switzerland's jersey. I would happily buy that red one. I really would. But they look absolutely stunning, Switzerland. They really do. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the chest stripe as well. I mean, Canada on their Four Nations one did kind of felt like a chest stripe. I'm not gonna dare I'm not going to dare try and get it out of my wardrobe because it'd be take too long, but I'll... Long. And we've already faffed about with one jersey, that's not problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an image of Canada's jersey on my laptop, so I can just cross-reference with what I mean. So no prize for guessing who I'm about to put on my laptop. Come on! Come on! I'm a man, I have needs. Deal with it. Okay, come on. We like to have a bit of fun every now and then. Come on, guys. Let's light. World's dark enough. Light it up. We're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Yes, I've just googled that into my search engine, and I'm quite proud of it. Yes, so on the Four Nations jersey for Canada last year, Canada kind of did go with a chest stripe, and it went and then put the maple leaf in. Like I said, I did absolutely love Canada's Four Nations jersey last year, and of course, because of that, I did decide to put my head in the game and thought, sod it, I'll go with Canada. I probably was going to, at the time, I was thinking, well, I'm probably going to be rooting for Canada if McDavid and Sudbury do get to go to the Olympics anyway. So, I may as well just root for this flash tournament and then just be good practice for Milano Cortina. So, yeah. Plus, actually, these days, I do prefer the men's Canadian hockey program to the US one. So, there we go. There we go. I'm allowed to have different allegiances and different genders, it's fine. But on the Four Nations one, there is that chest right there, and the Canadian maple leaf goes slap bang in the middle. But because the Canadian maple leaf, I thought was quite big and bulky, you don't really get to see the full effect of the chest stripe. Whereas on Switzerland's jersey, because the crest isn't that massive, it's fine and it actually works. So when you're doing a chest stripe, you have to then think very carefully, and this is probably why we only see the Montreal Canadiens use a chest stripe, because the Montreal Canadiens know how to utilise a chest stripe. Even though they're reverse retro, they still know how to utilise it. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with their Heritage Classic jersey next season, because the Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets will be facing off in the 2026 Heritage Classic at the start of next season. So you've got that to look forward to. I think that is 3 years on since the last one, between the Battle of Alberta. Yes, it is. The Heritage Classic is basically how I think outdoor games need to be done. Hold them once every 2 to 3 years, and then you build up that excitement, and they don't feel like they're being outused or saturated or over-dried like the Winter Classic and the Stadium Series has become. So, if the PHL ever did decide to go with an outdoor game, I would use examples of the Heritage Classic. Hold it once every 2 to 3 years, pick iconic rivalries, and just be done. Okay? We don't need to keep doing them every single year. Okay, and on some occasions 2 a year instead of just 1 a year. Okay, so that's how I'd see. But we could do that another time. That's for another time. That's for the main show. That is the first episode for the main show on another time. Yeah. So when it comes to, if you are thinking about designing a jersey, you want to use a chest stripe, you need to then think very, very carefully what you then do with the chest plate. So whatever logo that has to go in the centre, you've got to then think very, very carefully of how you position it. So on Canada's Four Nations jersey, which it is in my wardrobe somewhere, but my wardrobe's getting a bit crowded, so I thought, no, I'm not going to try and fork it out. We could just leave it where it is. Anyway. Right. So, anyway. Yeah, so I think Canada's Four Nations is a bad example of how you utilise a chest stripe. Despite the fact I did love Canada's Four Nations jersey, it is in my wardrobe. Switzerland's Olympic jersey is a good example of how you utilise a chest stripe. And I feel like what's very interesting is how Switzerland and Canada have got the exact same colour schemes, and yet Switzerland, for Milano Cortina, utilised it better than Canada. But then again, Ricardo wore their red jersey had black, which everyone's like, no, you can't have a black or Canadian jersey, nah, nah, nah. And I'm like, seriously, guys, seriously? It's 2026. Are we really going to stoop to that low of having a whine over what colours are put on a jersey? Are we really that shallow? Are we really that shallow, guys? We're going to resort to that, are we? Really? Really? Alright. Yeah. So Switzerland basically tried, with the colour scheme, tried to do what Canada did. But whereas Canada, you could look at that and give that a B-, and that's being generous. I so want to say C, but I think then a C would be too cruel and harsh for American gradings. And in this country, you would be happy to get a C. You would be happy to get a C. You would say, job done. Okay. But for you Americans, not so much. But you Switzerland, it gets an A. So the way they've utilised the jersey design, how they've gone about with their features, particularly with the chest plate, works absolutely brilliant. So I think with Canada, this is kind of what Switzerland was, what Switzerland was, Switzerland is kind of what Canada was going for. That's what I was trying to say. It's like, that nearly caught a bit of a furore there. No, Switzerland's jerseys. I'll start again so it doesn't sound like I'm doing for furore. Let's take commentary off my laptop screen. There we go. Getting a bit too distracted. Hold on the colour there. There we go. Right. Switzerland's jerseys are kind of what Canada was going for. But unfortunately, because one or two things didn't go so well in terms of the colour ratio, these sleeves have got too much on them, which I'm now noticing, then Canada's kind of like one works better than the other, whereas Switzerland, both their jerseys absolutely just work. And they work brilliantly. They work beautifully. So I love both of Switzerland's jerseys. And I think... But if I had to choose just one of Switzerland's jerseys, it would have to be the red one. You guys know that red is my colour. And with Canada, if the black was white, I would have bought that instead of this one. Okay? Because what tipped me over the edge for getting this one was, okay, I've seen the Canada's women wear the red one a few times now. I thought, yeah, right, yeah. Okay, now I can see why the Canadians were making such a fuss. Like, yeah, that's not good. That does not work. That does not work. As we all know, red and black, like with yellow and white, do not go well together. Everyone knows the golden rule in marketing: don't put black text on red backgrounds or white text on yellow backgrounds. It's the golden rule of marketing. Don't do it. Okay? And that ultimately is what then tipped the overboard. Right, I want a McDavid jersey. I'm going to go with this one. And this looks really lovely. Looks absolutely lovely. Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the future time World Cup or something like that. Maybe they can fix that for World Cup. To make that white so that. No. But I'm just going to say the record. If on Canada's jersey, if the black had been white on the red one, I would have got that one instead. So there you go. Still team for that. But with Switzerland, I think would say I have to go with the red jersey. I think that just because red is my colour. It is my colour. I love red. And these jerseys that Switzerland done, absolutely brilliant. I just love them both. So a great jersey set there for Switzerland. A nation that a lot of people think of why even where you are. You know how they haven't really had that much success early years. Of course, you know, Plutter's not been kind to Switzerland on the Liverpool show. He has not. Don't try and deny it. Don't try and deny it. Don't try and deny it. You have. You have. Don't deny it. You have. You have. So, yeah. But I think Switzerland gave us two outstanding jerseys. I absolutely love both of them. They are both brilliant. Both brilliant. And it's kind of what Canada was trying to do, but it didn't end up working, did it, Canada? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. So absolutely. I mean, I could keep going on about Switzerland jersey, but I think we will probably. We'll probably. I think I pretty much have got all what I want to say about that. They are absolutely awesome. The chest stripe. With the way that Switzerland's crest is, that then works with the chest stripe, and that sold. That's brilliant. And how it then connects with the sleeve as well. Absolutely brilliant. I think the Philadelphia Flyers tried that with so sometimes you do a chest stripe, it can be very hard to match it with the sleeve, and I think the Philadelphia Flyers, their most recent outdoor game, they did use a chest stripe, but I think they went for. Let's try and find it, so I know what I'm talking about, and then we'll go. Just find it real quickly. So I think it's their 2024 one. Just going to go very quickly. Just try and find what I mean. So just talking about yourself for just a few moments. We are almost at the end of the show, guys. Yeah, so the Flyers tried it with their 2024 Stadium Series jersey, and it kind of worked well going around the back. It was mainly work on the back compared to the front. That's over there. So the chest stripe, it can be then quite hard to then try and match it with the sleeve, but Switzerland did it brilliantly. So yeah, hats off to that. So, yeah, Switzerland gave us two outstanding jersey lines. So pleased with those, and that is what I'm gonna wrap up there. So we will see you on the next one. Till then, bye bye. Or if your fans would say, ciao.